Hello and welcome to Body Bags. My name is James and I'm your Sunday night reviewer. And this evening I'll be reviewing the 2019 release, I think it's a Netflix release, of The Silence, a John Leonetti film. Sorry, I don't know that guy. The Silence, if you've heard of it, it's very reminiscent of A Quiet Place. But apparently this was written and was in development before A Quiet Place, which is interesting. But you have something that kind of runs fairly parallel to that sort of thing. There's this occurrence of creatures that kind of makes the world fall silence. But we are at a different stage of this. We are at the very start. So I'm going to throw some spoilers into this. I'll let you know now. Kind of just spoilers towards the creatures, really. That they're found right at the start of the film, and they're these kind of like basically killer bats that hunt on sound. They're blind and they hunt on sound, and they call them vesps. I don't know why but yeah, they were hidden, well, trapped in this cave for millions of years or something. I don't know how long actually. A very long time, obviously, because they've evolved a hell of a lot. Evolved into these kind of killing machines. But what gets me immediately is that they start to take out the whole of the western sea line of America. I think it's a eastern western. Can't remember now actually. And so the amount of these things that would need to be there is just so unrealistic. Yeah, it's just ridiculous at how fast these things start to take over, wiping out cities and stuff like that. And they're just basically these flying shitty bat things which are attracted by noise. So it's like, surely there could have been figured out a way to stop these things, like just make some really noisy areas and burn the fuckers or something. I don't know. But anyway, they're out and they're killing everything that makes noise. You can see the similarities to A Quiet Place. But we follow a family of, well, there's a girl who has actually 2 years ago in this film has gone deaf. It's another thing with this film that everything flies by very fast. With her, so she's been deaf for 2 years, yet she can lip read perfectly within the space of 2 years. Well, apparently learning sign language is one thing, and that's doable. It was pretty good pace, but lip reading, come on, I would expect that to like take a little bit more time. But everything about this is kind of, it's very rushed. It's not really particularly well explained, and it's kind of plagued by stupid ideas, by bad characters making stupid decisions, which is obviously the issue with the script. Again, you actually have some quite good actors in this, yet they don't have a script to support them. Yeah, and it's kind of annoying. Everything's so fast at the start. All this shit's going on, and then it slows down to kind of scenarios which are very reminiscent of A Quiet Place, going into an abandoned town and these abandoned shops, and then there's this house out in the middle of nowhere, and it's like, you kind of keep harking back to A Quiet Place film. You can't help it. There is one scene actually with this where a character makes a decision that works very well, which was a kind of decision that was questioned heavily in A Quiet Place, and I know people had a lot of issues with it. Or was it John Krasinski? I think the name of the guy that directed it and acted in it, that he made a decision towards the end of the film that people questioned. It's like, you didn't have to make that, but a similar decision was made in this film and actually fits really well. It was like, yeah, that was the right decision to make. But then it's followed up immediately by stupid decisions of people just standing around. Yeah, you're upset if things happen, but in these situations, what's been going on, you don't just stand there. And like I said, it's annoying decisions like why the family leave, where they go, how they kind of get to these places. It's like, oh, it doesn't really fit the characters. How they chose to do things fit with how they got to this place. It's like they would have screwed up before they got there and things. 'Cause, yeah, it's annoying. You know what's going to happen with this film. That's a really big problem. You know what's happening, and you can plan it out, and everything fits exactly as it does. They even have this religious cult at the end. Again, pop up really fast, and poof, there, gone, done, finished. It's like, what? That was not fleshed out at all, and it's really annoying. It's like nothing is really fleshed out. The characters are. It's the writing that's the problem with this film. I think it's and that it's so similar to A Quiet Place. There's not enough differentiation between the two, and one feels like a really good film, and the other feels like a copy, which is kind of alarming if this actually came and was written before A Quiet Place. But by the by, that's kind of a pretty rough run through of the film. I kind of gave spoiler towards the creatures, but that kind of happens immediately at the start of the film. And with everyone referencing this to being so close to A Quiet Place, it's very obvious that there's some creatures that hunt on sound and not sight. It really is similar, and it really is inferior. I can't think of anything that it's kind of better in any way, or even the same. It doesn't balance the same at all. Everything is worse. The only thing that's better is that one decision that I think was made that people questioned from A Quiet Place. In this one, it fits. But apart from that, I mean, there's some quite nice music in it. Obviously, with the family we follow, that we have a bit of sign language, which is yeah, it fits. Could have been used a little bit more, maybe. I'd actually no, it is used. It's used a combination of like whispering and sign language. So yeah, it kind of works. It's a bit too much of an easy, happy ending. There's not enough. It sounds bad. There's not enough loss and suffering for this family. Is what happens to millions and millions of other people. They seem. I don't know. It seems to be too easily written for them. They get off the hook too easy. And like where it could have been a lot worse, it's like I said, how it's written, like stupid characters making stupid decisions, yet they get off lightly because nothing really bad happens. It's well, not everyone. I imagine a lot of people will watch this because it's easy to get hold of, and when you're watching your films of 2019, you want to tick one off. But this is an average one. It's an average copy / non-copy. It just feels like a copy because it's come out after. But you count below average, even though it's shot well. The acting isn't poor, it's just they don't have a script to support them. Some of the scenes look alright, like I said, and the music's quite good, but apart from that, it's I don't see the point in watching this. I really don't, because it doesn't bring anything different. It doesn't bring anything better, so it's what's the point? You have this kind of okay looking and sounding film that just basically annoys you, and then you afterwards you're like, well, I've just watched a poorer film of one that I really loved from the year before, so I'm giving up talking about it now. Very tired, 5 hours of travelling today. Always seem to be doing a lot of travelling on the weekends and stuff, but thank you very much, and I'll speak to you next week. Bye bye.